Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Family Moments, where we use really cool object lessons
that teach the truth about what matters most.
Exactly. And today, we continue our summer series called That's Not Fair, as we teach about the unfairness of life while enjoying some of the fun aspects of the county fair.
So, what are we going to cover today?
Well, let's just put it this way. I think we're in for the ride of our lives.
Oh, the rides, of course. I love the rides.
Who doesn't?
Speaking of which, did you know that the guy who invented the Ferris wheel never met the guy who invented the merry-go-round?
What? The guy who invented the Ferris wheel never met the guy who invented the merry-go-round? How's that possible?
Let's just put it this way. They traveled in different circles.
Ow, brother. Hey kids, Pastor Robbie here, along with my lovely assistant and wonderful daughter, Sadie.
Hello.
And today, we're going to have some fun learning about selfishness.
Selfishness? I thought we were going to talk about rides at the fair.
We are. In fact, I'm curious, what kind of words would you use to describe carnival rides?
Well, I think of words like scary, fun, thrilling, adventurous, sickening.
Sounds a little bit like the Christian life, doesn't it?
It sure does.
And just like the Christian life, carnival rides don't always seem fair either.
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes, let's say you want to ride your favorite ride, but the line is like a mile long, and you just want to scream.
That's not fair!
Exactly. Or maybe you're excited to go on a ride, only to find out you're not even tall enough to go on the ride, and you think to yourself,
wait, that's not fair.
Or maybe you waited in line for over an hour, and then once you got on the ride, it only lasted about a minute and a half. And as you get off, you say to yourself,
that's not fair.
And as we've learned, life isn't always fair. Some lines are longer than others. Some rules don't seem fair. And some rides are way too short.
Yeah, sometimes my life seems like a roller coaster ride. There's ups and downs and crazy turns along the way. Hey, Dad, do you remember a couple of years ago when we went to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio?
Oh, yeah. Our goal that day was to ride all 17 roller coasters in one day.
And we did it too, just barely.
It was so much fun, and I didn't get sick on any of them. But there was one ride that did me in, and it wasn't even a roller coaster. It was
the pirate ship.
The pirate ship. You've seen this. It's at a lot of the county fairs too. The swinging pirate ship swings on a pendulum. It doesn't go that fast, and it doesn't even go upside down. But that seemingly harmless ride made me sick to my stomach. Talk about not fair. We drove a long way and paid good money to get in, and now I felt miserable.
Yeah, I think you were ready for me to throw you overboard.
And that reminds me of another unfair story from the Bible involving a ship and a stomach. Have you ever heard of the story of Jonah?
Oh, you mean that guy that God told to go to preach to the wicked people in Nineveh? But he was so scared he got on a ship heading the other way instead? And then a storm came up and the sailors threw him overboard, where he got swallowed by a big fish, where he spent 3 days inside its belly before being spit out on dry ground?
That's the one.
Never heard of it.
Ow, brother. Now that's what I call a wild ride.
What's so unfair about that story? It sounds like Jonah got what he deserved for running away from God.
Well, that's not the unfair part. When he got out of the fish, he actually went to Nineveh and preached about God's forgiveness to these wicked people.
Then what happened?
Well, believe it or not, they listened, and they turned from their evil ways, and God spared them from wrath and judgment.
That's amazing!
Well, you would think. But guess what Jonah said?
Praise the Lord!
I wish. It was just the opposite. He said, that's not fair.
That's not fair? What are you talking about?
Well, Jonah felt like these wicked people didn't deserve to be spared.
Why would he think that?
Well, you see, at the heart of sin is our own selfishness. Jonah experienced God's grace and mercy, but he didn't want others to experience it.
That is selfish. So are you saying that since we all sin, we are all a bit selfish?
That's exactly what I'm saying. At the heart of sin is putting ourselves first.
So what are we supposed to do?
Well, we're supposed to do the same thing that the Ninevites did. Turn to God.
So our whole life should revolve around God, not ourselves?
Exactly. Let me demonstrate this for you with a real simple object lesson I like to call what goes around comes around. And all we're going to need is a short dowel rod, a piece of string, a ball, and a toilet paper roll. Let's pretend that this dowel rod is you, and this string is your life, and this ball is your gifts.
My gifts?
Yeah, like your talents, abilities, and things God's blessed you with. And so we'll tie one end of the string to you and the other end to your gifts. And let's watch what happens as the world spins all around you and what you want.
Hey, I'm getting all tied up and I can't go anywhere.
Right. But let's pretend that this toilet paper roll is God and you surround your life with Him. Now watch what happens.
Hey, I just keep spinning.
Right. You are blessing the whole world with your gifts, with God at the center of your life.
Amazing! Speaking of spinning around, can we check out some of the rides at the fair?
I thought you'd never ask. Come on, let's go. So, Sadie, what did you learn today?
I learned that it's normal to put ourselves first and pretend that the world revolves around us. But being selfish is actually sinful and leads to nowhere.
Exactly.
And the better way to live is to have God all around us so that our lives impact the world instead of getting tied up and useless.
Very good.
Now, I was just thinking about our object lesson and decided to make one to represent me. See?
Gee, do you think you got a big enough ball there?
What can I say? I have a lot of gifts I need to bless the world with.
Oh, brother. I'm not sure which one's bigger, your gifts or your head.
Maybe you're right, but it's still kind of fun. See?
Just be careful that you don't end up...
Oops. What can I say? That's the way the ball bounces. We'll see you around.
Today's episode is sponsored by Matt the Carpet Guy. Located in Delaware, for more than 16 years, they have offered the highest quality flooring product and installation services in the Mid-Atlantic region. They are renowned for their professional work and their competitive prices. And when it comes to flooring, trust me, Matt and his team have got you covered. And you can find out more about Matt the Carpet Guy by checking out their website or by clicking the link in the description below. And if you'd like to find out more about possibly sponsoring an episode or a series of Family Moment episodes, just drop us an email at contact@familymomentsfun.com. We would love to have you partner with us as we teach the truth about what matters most.
Bye.